Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the Boys Division I Basketball Western Massachusetts Finals at the UMass Curriex Cage. This competition will be between the Putnam Beavers and the Springfield Central High School Golden Eagles. You are watching Focus Springfield. I'm Cyril Zanetti alongside with
Tony Pettaway this evening.
And we will be calling the shots today and giving you some play-by-play and color commentary to have some fun and watch some great basketball. So tip-off is underway, and it is between Hassan Ward and Sadiq Harvey. Ball is up, and it's won by the Beavers, and it's the former Eagle, Mikel De Jesus, who has it. Now this is a huge game, because this is a player who won a state championship with the Eagles, and right off the bat, it's the Sadiq Harmon who can get it to go for the Beavers. So Tony, how do you think this will affect the Eagles playing against a former champion of their team and now on the other team?
Well, as they said at the top of the broadcast, I had a chance to talk with Coach, and he said, look, we got to stay together, play our game. No matter what they do on the opposite side of the ball, we have to stick to what has worked for us all season. It doesn't matter. Play the game the way we can, are capable of playing it, and settle in and work our offense.
100%, and right off the bat, the Beavers had a key stop, and of course they forced a turnover. And right in the corner, Cecil Villa, who was found open, but he couldn't hold on to it quick enough for him to have an open shot. And he looks for De Jesus, but the ball was tipped. De Jesus to drive, and it's Ojulu Amat who recovers it. And it's Jonathan, drives off the glass, no good, out of bounds, and that will go to the Beavers.
Well, the defense has definitely intensified this first 30 seconds of play as the man-to-man coverage is intense.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen right off the bat the Beavers able to, and there is Taylon Martin. Taylon Martin pulls up for two, and you can count it. He's a player that's absolutely incredible offers, and just a talented individual who is just going to exceed in the sport of basketball. We've seen some incredible plays from him throughout the season, whether it be highlights or games against the Eagles, and now in one of the biggest games of his career, this is where it matters the most. Now, back when he was a freshman with Tyon Malone, they won. They won against the Eagles. So, of course, this is a huge game for Taylon to beat the Eagles again. So, obviously, big for both teams, but especially the player in Taylon Martin. Right there will be a call on the floor. I believe there'll be a foul on the Beavers for a shove.
I love the way he squared up to the basket on that jump shot. Very fluid, the follow through.
And very mellow with it.
Very mellow. He tickles the nylon for the first two.
And now it's Martinez. Martinez, beautiful pass to Amat, but Amat could not hold on to it. And this fast-paced offense just isn't working so well for Denson's Eagles, as the Beavers are just dismantling them right now, right off the bat, offensively and defensively, as we've seen some great defensive stops from none other than Sadiq Harmon. And now, of course, he started off big with a good offensive possession, and it's the former Eagle De Jesus being booed.
Yeah, it's a lot of nervous energy out there, as you're seeing. They're settling in. Nice pick.
And it's Martinez on to the other end. Martinez, he goes for the pump, and Hassan Ward couldn't finish. And none other than Taylon Martin with the defense. Put it up there. Taylon Martin, jam. He gets that job done. Dunk for two. And that's what the Beavers like to see. Taylon Martin, an incredible talent. And he falls. And Ward, he gets rejected. So we jump ball, and there's the crowd, intensity, and it is up there now. The crowd is loving it. Both sides, I think, are going to respect Taylon's talent, and now on that defensive stop, the big 6'9" Hassan Ward rejected.
Wow, it looked like it was the days of old when Julius Ervin drove the lane here at Hurry Kicks with the slam dunk and brought the crowd to its feet.
And now this is just, it's so admirable, it's incredible to see, and just plays like that, you want more.
Absolutely,
Give me
absolutely.
Some more. And now the pass to Rosario, but it was rejected quickly by Rudy Himeo, as the Beavers are on fire. They are playing this in not only great possessions offensively, but on defense, I cannot stress how much they know what they're doing. Coach Shepard is doing a great job orchestrating this, And I must say, I'm impressed with Martin's performance as well as that whole team in general, because everybody on that court right now is definitely helping this whole team not only benefit offensively, but as you see, defensively. Now he sends Rosario to the line, and Rosario this year has been having a pretty good shooting season. He's known for his shooting ability. First attempt, however, is no good. Tony, you know me, I'm a big guy, and I stress this word, the free throw, a lot. Now, it always comes down to it.
I was waiting on that one, my friend.
Free
Ciro.
throw.
Free throws.
It's an opportunity given that you must take. And when you take that free throw, I must say, you must make.
Yes,
Second one, once again, no good. You're up.
And Coach Shepard is assisted this evening by John Toledo, who's been with him a number of years now, and Wayne Moore, great compliment to the trio of Terrence Ryan and company. They're really good young men who are really involved and committed to this program, and as it shows here on the court and off the court and in the classroom.
Thank you for that, Tony, because I mean that just shows just the dedication that Coach Shepard has and just how much he cares about the impact of the community and of course the school. Now we go to the Beavers and we just see how they were able to force the free throw in under pressure. We must say this is an inexperienced school. And off the steal, it's Rudy Amaya. Rudy Amaya off the bat, finishes, misses. Martin can't hang on, and it's Amat with the rebound. It's to Martinez, to Morse. Morse drives, foul drawn, and they're gonna call it offensive foul. And Jesus draws it, and a very smart play by him, I must say. That's exactly what you want to do, to not only force the ball over, but get the ball back and have all of the, I guess you could say, self-esteem you need. 4:56 to go in the first quarter, and we are seeing a 6-0 lead for the Beavers. So, I mean, I would not expect the Eagles' inexperience to be this much to catch up to them. They have time to come back. Don't get me wrong. But if there's anything we know, we know that Taylon Martin's strength and speed is going to get the best of the Eagles if they can't contest him or stop him anytime soon. So that's what they're looking forward to do. Taylon Martin, an absolute beast for this team. And Jesus uses the pump fake, finds Villa. Villa with the drive. And that was definitely a travel I saw. I think he wanted to hit more of a hop step. But when he did that, he brought his left back leg forward. So that was just a blatant travel there, and it's something you want to avoid if you're on the Beavers, because the one thing you want to do is avoid giving up this lead. Because once the Eagles get that momentum, it's hard to stop. And now it's Amat, gives it to Martinez. Martinez slips, recovers. Great way to keep going. As he goes for the layup, and the big man Ward puts it back up, and the Eagles are on the board.
They're on the board for the first time with a really nice putback, as you mentioned, by Ward. It appears there's something slick on the floor. I don't know if they had a chance to broom it down or wet mop it beforehand.
And Rudy Hidmea drains the three for that. And I definitely know what you're talking about. I said once they pass the S, it seems to be a little slippery. And that's going to be a danger. You want that cleaned up because you don't want these players going full speed in the last couple minutes and falling and getting in some injury problems. So now it's Morse. Morse buys his way to the paint, and it was a definite shove. You could see that, but I mean, you gotta love the ability to have the vision as a big man, as Morse did. He looked to find the open man, draws the foul, however, and now Eagles will be able to just slow it down. One thing I always mention is this is your ability to slow down, get your breath back, bring that pace, and now Keith Key, the junior, is in, and he's had an incredible season this year. Somebody who has not only had some great defense, but his shot has actually gone up, and he's been quite a dunker. And now it's Martinez. Martinez to Rosario. Rosario, the three.
Beautiful
it's good.
shot.
And I mentioned how Rosario was able to bring up an incredible three-pointer this year.
What I've also liked and observed thus far, Ciro, is that the officials are playing it tight. They're letting them do
what
a
you
little
gotta
to do, but they're calling it fair and they're calling it even.
Jesus drains the deep three right there as he boosts the lead up, and he has all the confidence in the world right now. Somebody who's known for being kind of arrogant, and it has worked for him in the past. He has that intensity that you need. And Ward being guarded by the star Martin, and they're gonna call a foul. Now in this situation they do end up calling it, but I can agree with that because that was definitely blatant. for sure. They were all on him, and they didn't give him the room to bring his arm up without getting slapped. So now Keith Key is going to inbound it. Looks for Ward, finds the big man. And if they're going to have to stop somebody, it's that man right there. Son Ward gets it to go, cuts the deficit up a little bit, and it's one small step for the Eagles. And it's just something you need to keep on working on. And Jesus with a kind of wide out pass, but he finds him. And now here it is. Finds Martin.
You're watching Focus Springfield.
Martin mid-range shot, no good. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in, you are watching Focus Springfield. 12-7 is the score. Martinez onto the other end to Keith Key. Keith Key doesn't get the finish, but Hassan Ward does as he puts it up, and he gets it in for two. 12-9 now.
Great finish, great finish. A little more of that, and they're right back in this.
Absolutely, Tony. I mean, you just mentioned how what I said, if there's anybody you want to stop for that momentum-wise, it's Hassan Ward, and Hassan Ward on the defensive stop right there, and they're going to call the foul, I believe, on Mikel De Jesus for reaching right off the bat, and that's one thing that's very blatant in this game of basketball. When it comes to the fast break opportunities, one thing refs always seem to notice the most is when, right on that fast break, if you're on the guy with the ball. Because if you're on the ball carrier, they're going to notice that you're going to be more aggressive trying to get that ball back. And that's where most fouls come into play, because they're not focused on really fouling, but instead getting the ball. So you can always just notice that. And Keith Key's shot is no good. Ojulu Amat, no good. Rejected right there. And that was just some great defense right there. And Martin zooms through. It's so easy for him.
Looks
he makes this look easy.
Effortless. The left hand with the complimentary kiss off the square there.
I mean, the 6'3" Martin makes it look so easy. And strips the ball away, and it's just a great job on him for defense. Because one thing I always mention is, some people don't always like the out-of-bounds opportunity or the foul opportunity. Well, in certain situations, even the foul, for instance, it even came down to, I mentioned last game, you foul a player and send them to the line. It's better contesting that than giving them up that free bucket. And now Martin to Key. Key hands it off to Martinez. Martinez puts him on ice real quick. Can't finish. Gives it to Martin. Martin being guarded heavy. Before the buzzer, he gets it to go.
Nice.
14-11, and it is now a 3-point deficit for the Eagles.
Well, Coach Stinson has his boys ready to play. They're playing within their offense. Let's see if they can pick the intensity up on the defensive side. Coach Stinson is listed by his cadre of Tim Mannix, Will Davis, and Rick Johnson Jr.
On to the other side after the miss. It's Zalik Martin in the paint. The big man can't finish, but Hassan Ward can. Put it on that board. 2 more points. The dunk is ferocious. The man can score in the paint. He had a low-scoring performance last game, but you know what he did today? He showed up. Already he's playing well for his team, and it's something he has to keep up. As the pick was used big time on that play, Jesus gets the buzzer beater to end the quarter and send them to not a 1-point lead, but a 3-point lead. And it's that momentum you need to have on your back. Again, 16-13, the Putnam Beavers are up, and we saw a 9-0 start. Taylor and Martin put in the team in great direction to start it off, but I will say Hassan Ward did a great job at getting them back into this and playing well. This is just great Springfield basketball here at the UMass Curriex Cage. A place that was played by some of the greats, and now we get to see 2 of Springfield's finest compete.
Absolutely.
For the Western Mass D1 Championship.
Absolutely. And talking Springfield, our mayor of the fine city, Dominic J. Sarno's here, and he wishes congratulations to both teams and the coaching staffs and both the principals, Mr. Johnson and Tad Tokars over at Central. He has to play the neutral ground on this one.
And absolutely. Now, one thing I'd just like to do, quick shout out to Focus Springfield, and more importantly, our producer, Brendan Holland, and our camera operator and editor, Bobby Markham. As you are watching Focus Springfield, as the start of the second quarter is coming. I'm Cyril Zanetti alongside with
Tony Padaway, ladies and gentlemen.
And you are watching Focus Springfield. This is the Western Mass Finals Boys D1 Championship here at the Creeks Cage. And I just love talking about this intensity because this is a game. Last year was just as intense. The last minute of that game was one of the most intense games I've ever watched. So this is always a fun experience, and these are just some, like I mentioned, two of Springfield's finest competing for that championship. And now it's Hassan Ward. He holds onto the ball, finds Feliciano to Martinez. Martinez drives, contested, no good, as he wasn't able to finish. And now it's Martin. Now this is what you don't want. You don't want Martin to start momentum, because once the Beavers are in the right direction, it's hard to stop them. And a beautiful pass right there to Harmon. They're going to call the foul.
They make it easy with the reach. They make it very easy for the officials with the reach. But as you mentioned at the beginning of the game, a 9.0 start for the Central Golden Eagles, with that deficit to be taken back with the good putbacks and the dunks, high percentage shots. They have to feel good at this point, because at the beginning, we thought there was a runaway train on that track.
And now Jesus being kind of answered at by his own former bench. Looks them, gives them that stare, and lets them know what's up. After that big bucket right there, 18-13 is your updated score.
That's a smart play there. Keep attacking the basket, feeding the post, draw some fouls, strategically get your rest in between, and hit your coveted free throws here, Ciro.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't agree with you anymore. And now Ward's first free throw. It's killing me. Misses it. Can't get that to go in a key bucket like that. It's just what you got to get to go, because he could have made it a 4-point deficit, and now it could have been a 3-point deficit if he gets the second one to go. So Ward's second attempt is up, and it's no good. Martin with the rebound, however, gives it to Ward. Feliciano up for three. No good. Grabs the rebound. Great hustle. Nice little, I guess you could say, tip to Ward.
Ooh!
They're going to say no call. Going to call a travel. Turnover. And that's just a big call right there, because that affects the Beavers big time. I mean, the Eagles even more. Now the Beavers have a chance to score, and that means more unresponded buckets.
Yeah, Key drawing the defensive assignment. He's been in front of Martin with some help on the wing.
And now Jesus almost stepping out of bounds, holds his own. Nice quick move. Puts up a good shot as draws the foul and does what he has to do to get to the line. He's doing a great job tonight so far. Jesus proving his greatness right now against his former team, and it's just a big thing, to stress that he's playing some great basketball right now.
That was a heady, experienced basketball play right there. Well, your team foul situation 6-3 at this time. They're letting them play. The officials are allowing them to be physical, but they're calling the obvious stuff. And that's what you want to see with a game at this magnitude, because this is it, ladies and gentlemen. The winner advances, and the loser joins us here in the audience.
Absolutely. I can't help but agree with you anymore with that situation, because you just want to have that knowledge for sure. And one thing I will mention is I see the Central bench. We are on kind of the middle of the Central area, and I must say, the 3 years that I've been here at the Curriex Cage, I hate to say this, but every time that away team comes and does that I guess you could say electrifying cheering, it ends in them losing. Whether it was Amherst, Putnam last year, and just last game, Chicopee Comp, maybe this year Central, it's always that bench, and it ends up not getting into the minds. Instead, the players do what they have to do and not let the crowd get to them.
Distraction now.
Because, I mean, if you don't let that crowd get to you, it definitely helps you. But right there, Jesus misses his free throw attempts. And now, Ward, definitely a great, secure reception, you could say. Goes for the three, no good. And Key grabs the board, and once again, falling on that same area They got to do something about that.
Well, I like how Key is keeping his head, keeping the ball near the basket, and playing with some intensity on the offensive side, as he has a really hard guarding assignment with Martin. But he'll go to the charity stripe. We'll see if he can cash in. But it was great pregame to be able to talk to the athletic director, Mr. Dwayne Early is here. He had some really nice things to say about both these teams. These are two cities teams. You know, hard work is paying off on and off the court here, and it's great for the community to be able to come out and enjoy this brand of basketball. And we're in a great position where we can rebroadcast this again, so those who are not here with us can
It's
see.
Jesus, I'm sorry to cut you off, drains the three in Hassan Ward's face as he is on fire. This is just the game of his life, you could say. He's hitting mid-range, deep shots, deep three-pointers. It's like watching D'Angelo Russell right now. And now it's the Beavers on to the other end, and it's Taylor Martin, guarded by Keys. And it's Himea. Nice smooth try.
Nice help defense.
And it's Martin for three. Put it on the board as he stares at the crowd. And I must say, if that was Trae Young, they would have gave him a tech on that one for looking at the crowd. But other than that, beautiful shot right there. Great form. He slowed it down, did what he had to do to get a nice form. And there you go. 24-13 is your updated score right now. And I'm honestly surprised that's not a tech.
Well, let's talk a little Taylor Martin and some of the college prospects that have been in the building. You were sharing with me Rhode Island has taken an interest, the Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a while ago that he's had some incredible offers. I mean, he's posted stuff like Stanford, Ohio State, Villanova. I mean, just a lot of colleges. And I can tell you, this guy, when it comes to basketball talent, raw basketball talent, he's got it. He's got a great ability, and I think that we see, because, you know, one thing that I love to mention in basketball is a lot of players that are in that tall category, they don't always have what you need. And Taylor Martin is not only 6'3", 6'4", but he has athleticism. He has that speed, he has that defense, he has that heart, he even has a shot. And he just reminds me of an R.J. Barrett type player. And it's just so much fun to watch a player like him do his thing. And now back to the court. 5 minutes to go in the first half as the Eagles are down big time. Martinez, quick drag, Rosario for the three, count it, and there it is. Rosario has a great corner shot, and up top, just an incredible three. And he's had a great season this year. And as much as the experience might not be there for the Eagles compared to the Beavers, I'm loving seeing this right now. These guys just battling for each lead and each score that they can get. And Martin drive, Hassan Ward there defensively, clamps it up and jump ball. Hassan Ward is doing his job defensively and offensively, and there's no arguing on that.
Yeah, he definitely is sliding his feet, getting to the weak side and helping with the weak side defense.
Now they pass it to Jesus. Jesus guarded, kind of steps away now. And he can't get a shot off before the shot clock. So not exactly, there was definitely some misconfusion on, stepping back, because that's just not what you want to do. You don't want to go too back because that avoids the pressure down low for everybody. And now that was just not the best management from him. Mm-hmm. But that's just one mistake that you will mark off. And now the Eagles are back at it. Ward to Key. Key to Martinez. Martinez bounced to Ward. Ward in the paint, uses his body, and he can't get it to go. Looking to grab the rebound, goes out of bounds off of Himea, and the Eagles will remain possession. It's 4:19 to go in the first half. Tony, if you're the Eagles, what do you want to do? Because usually we ask about the opposing team, but now the Eagles are in that situation where they need to come back. So what do you think that they need to do the best?
Well, I think they have to stay patient and work the offense. They're going to have to work the ball into the big guys. They have the size differential. You're looking at the girth of number 32 and the height. You definitely want to use that to your advantage. The guard play, definitely with the experience on the Putnam side of the house, but you have to go inside. You have to draw some fouls and slow the tempo and let the game come to you. I know it's easier said done, then you have 4 minutes and some change left in the first half of play. You're not out of this thing by far. A couple decent baskets, traded off, some stops on the defensive side of the house. You're back in this thing.
And I can agree with you 100% on that, because with Zalik Martin's strength and ability down low and Hassan Ward's height and his ability to score in key buckets, you couldn't have said that any better. Because I think that if that's the opportunity that you have, you can definitely capitalize on that, for sure. And Rosario, he has it. They're going to call a turnover, and the Beavers will take over.
And as the coach said at the start of the game, we have to stay together, we have to play smart, and do what has gotten us this far. We can't deviate from the plan.
And now it's DeJesus. DeJesus bounce pass to Jernigan. Jernigan in the paint. And now it's Martin. Martin slowing it down now. 10 to go on the shot clock. Beautiful find in the paint. And Ward says, get that out of here, but there's a foul call. I wasn't so sure on that foul call right there. They're calling on Rosario. A little strange, and that'll send Harmon to the line. Harmon had an incredible start as he had some great stops defensively, and he got the Beavers on the board too. So definitely he's been doing a great job, but right there, he misses that free throw.
And you were talking Jernigan a little earlier, Nashawn Jernigan, the track and field star, I guess the real standout at the high jump and triple jump. #1 with the finish, and #1 at both the triple jump and high jumps.
Yes,
Kudos to him.
He has incredible bounce. He's known for his in-game dunk, and he has some great ability and, of course, the speed needed. So right there, Harmon's attempt goes good right there, and it's 25-16. And Martinez now, he has it, being guarded heavy. You see the pressure being applied by Walker. Great clamps, you could say, from Walker, playing some incredible defense. Nice pass to Ward, and Ward jams it. Lets him know whose house it is.
Great pick and roll, and hedge and inside for the high percentage shot. You keep doing that, Zero, you chip away at this lead, and you get yourself back in a position to make a run.
I mean, absolutely, right there, just as you called it, Hassan Ward on the ball. Defensively and offensively, he's all over this team, and I'm telling you, he just needs some more help down low, because he's doing an incredible job right now. I haven't seen him perform this well in a while. He's playing some top-notch basketball right now, and it is very impressive to me. And now Martinez. Martinez uses the pick from Ward. Guarded by Martin. Martin playing some great defense, and he's on to the other end. Look at Ward following him. Ward to chase him. And Martin draws the foul. And, okay, he was just down for real quick. So 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Martin draws the foul, brings him to the line, and he wants to increase that lead even more. And I don't blame him, because we know the Eagles, lead's not always everything when it comes to 5 points. I mean, a 10-point lead is obviously big, but if I'm the Beavers, I just want to keep scoring, scoring, and scoring, so the Eagles can't do what they do best at all.
So we go to the half, and what do you think is the game plan for Coach Denson as he prepares his guys for the second half?
I love using this term, slow down the offense. I don't mean literally wait to the last 5 seconds on the shot clock to think of what you're doing, but I think what the Eagles have to do is slow it down, call plays, find the open man, and we see right there on the court, Ward with a beautiful kind of point guard move right there. And the foul is strong, but as I was saying, you know, take your time. You don't want to waste all your energy on offense all the time, because what if it's a turnover and now you don't have the energy needed to stop a player that's so quick, like Taylor Martin. You know what I mean? We need to see that, because we need to see them have all capabilities needed on both ends. So now Morse will go to the line and do what he has to do.
Let's see if he can cut into this deficit with these 2 free throws. I'm Tony Pettaway, and I'm joined by my companion, D'Artagnan.
Zeros and Ed. course, his free throw attempt is no good. And I mean, it almost gets annoying at some point, but come on, it's free. You gotta make it. And now, it's Jernigan, stripped out, and it's right into the hands of Principal Thaddeus Tokars. And
quite the athlete himself in his high school days and collegiately. Great man. I have the pleasure of serving on the board of directors for the South End Community Center as he is our chair. Kudos to Tad for all the wonderful work he does on behalf of the young people here in the city of Springfield, in the families in the South End.
And now it's Ward. Ward's shot no good. Amat can't finish. Ward can though, and he gets it up there.
That's it, Ciro. That's exactly it. Just keep getting the higher percentage shot. Get inside that paint and make them pay. You want to come away with an opportunity to rest and take a couple free throws.
Absolutely. Jesus with a very contested shot. Drains it. It's like he's on a cheat code right now.
He kind of used that pro move there.
I know.
He got that separation, but hey, good for him.
I mean, that was a great move right there. Kind of used by a lot of, players that were used in the 90s and 80s. A lot of players like Dumars used that, Pippen, they kind of used that big body offensive shot. And as you mentioned, he used that nicely right there as it worked for him. It definitely wasn't a really kind of nice form. It wasn't a nice form, but the way he cleared the space needed to bring it up, he did a great job with that. And increases the score even more, and it's Feliciano at the line. This time, it's the younger brother. It's Jadrian Feliciano. Last year, we saw Central success due to a great leadership from not only Aunt Kelly, but of course, great Justin Feliciano. So now, he gets the second one to go. It's 27-21. The Eagles are down 6 with less than 1 minute and 25 seconds to go in the first half. We're seeing some intense basketball right here. It's to Jesus. Passes it to Harmon. Jesus' shot is rejected. That shot was rejected. It's hustle over that. Yes, previously on that was Jason Green with the shot, and of course that led up to that. And the little tussle that led to jump ball, Eagles ball. Martinez now. To Morse. Morse. Beautiful defense, but he goes out of bounds, so it stays in. That was a great effort from Green right there. He really got up there on that.
Yes,
that ball was going up high.
With the zone coverage on that to cover as much space as possible and take away the shooting or passing lanes.
So on 30-second shot clocks and with less than a minute to go in the first half, do you
nice
capitalize
feed.
On that right there?
Very nice.
Ward gets it in,
Good
just like you mentioned.
Heady play on that one, Ciro.
Absolutely. So in this situation, what I was saying was, do you drain the clock and just let it go, or do you play it normally? I mean, in this situation, you just let it go for the last couple seconds?
You play to win.
Absolutely. Now it's Jernigan. Jernigan drive, no good. Ward rebound. They call the foul. Foul on Hassan Ward, I believe. Is that on?
It is so awesome during the...
Okay, they'll call it on Putnam, so that will send Ward to the line.
And just looking around the crowd and seeing so many of the alumni of both these fine schools, Putnam Vocational Academy now, and the Central Golden Eagles, just seeing so many esteemed alum who are back to cheer for their respective teams. This is what you want. Absolutely,
and I mean that double bonus now as Ward goes to the line. He misses the first one, but he still has the opportunity to drain the second for a 24-27 game with 0.5 more of a shot clock, and he does that.
The three-point differential, they're right back in this one.
But of course, you never know. With the Jesus and Martin now in it, more energy as they stepped out for a little, they could get a nice shot on. That's key. And Jesus couldn't finish that drive. as he wasn't looking for the open, which is obviously big. And Morse jams it for 2. Put it up on that board as he just jams it. Dominant jam right there from Therese Morse. And then Mayek's shot is no good as he hits a cheerleader, as it's 27-26 now. Updated score, ladies and gentlemen, at the boys D1 basketball Western Mass Finals at the Curry Hicks Cage. You are watching Focus Brickfield. I'm Cyril Zanetti alongside with
Tony Petaway.
And we will tune into you back at the second half. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at the Curry Hicks Cage for the men's D1 basketball Western Mass Finals between the Putnam Beavers and the Central Eagles. Score 27 Putnam, 26 Eagles. And now back to the action. Uses the screen, recovers, and Walker's shot rejected by Ward. And now on to the other side, it's Martinez. Walker doesn't leave it. Now it's Morse. Morse, nice bounce pass to Rosario. Rosario finding some space. Rosario drive, no good. Morse looking to yam it, you could say, for that kind of putback, but no good. And now onto the other end, it's Walker, and Walker stays in bounds. Jesus now. Then Jesus pulls up. A lot of space on him, but it's fine. No good for him. Amat rebound.
I like the energy that the Eagles have come out with. They're playing smarter ball. Great defense on that particular play, but I like how they've settled themselves down. I think Coach Stinson really has got in their head, look, slow the ball down and play our game.
2 great stops in a row right there for both teams. And Rosario's 3 was no good. Able to take the lead if he made that. And now there's a definite foul there, as there was a collision, you could say. Bounces right back up, thankfully. Walker charged with the foul, and Martin will check in for Amat. Now Morse will inbound it. And now it's Martinez. Ward to Morse. To Rosario. Rosario, pop-up 3, no good. Walker couldn't secure the rebound. Instead, it's Ward. Ward will plant his feet for 3. Count it!
For our first lead change.
Great job.
Great shot.
Lead number 1 for the Eagles, like you just mentioned, like my man Tony mentioned, 29 now to 27. The Eagles take a crucial lead. And a beautiful block right there as he stays on him. As much as that step back gave him the length he needed to get the open shot, the defense was there. And now Morse will be headed to the line, and 2 key opportunities right there.
And you felt the energy shift with the defensive stop on one end, the cash in with the 3-point bucket, and then the defensive stop, and then all the guys are running the lanes nicely. Let's see what they can do after they come out after this timeout.
29-27 now, 5:57 to go, and really this game is just getting, like, if it wasn't electrifying in the first 5 minutes, I just can't believe what else to describe this moment right now. I mean, we saw some great defense from the Eagles, some key defense, because this is what I said, that both of us have said, that they need to just get that momentum, and they're doing that for sure.
Well, don't count the Beavers out, as they have a great deal of experience at the guard positions, and they're complemented well in the backcourt and front court. A little entertainment for the crowd here at Curry Hicks, up here in the fine city of Amherst. Just a stone's throw from the Mullen Center, where the UMass Minutemen are getting ready for the A10 tournament, as we all are getting ready for another year of
March Madness.
NCAA March Madness.
My favorite. I mean, that's just one of my favorite sporting events, and of course, you know, the A10 has some good talent, as well as Davidson, the historic Sweet 16 team that just came out of nowhere, led by Steph Curry. But back to the action now. It's Morris at the line, and he's able to increase this lead even bigger. First shot, no good. 29-27 stays the score.
They have got to cash in on these free throw opportunities and hang around if they plan to win this thing here. But easier said than done.
Absolutely. I mean, it is definitely easier said than done, but it's just sometimes it gets awful seeing it because it could really just change the game. Morris's second shot is no good. Ward bodies in for the rebound though, and it's Rosario. Rosario uses the screen. Spin moves out to Ward. Ward handout to Rosario. And off, a no momentum three. And right there, it just wasn't in time, of course.
It looks like the tale of two different teams here when we consider what we witnessed in the first half from Putnam to what we've witnessed now in the first couple of minutes of this third quarter of action. Will they have enough gas left in the tank? Will fatigue set in? Will conditioning make a major difference in the play going down to the end of the third and the beginning of the first quarter?
I think that's a good point to make because, as you mentioned to me off camera with Taylor Martin and the Beavers, how they started off so electrifying, so energetic. You question when and will or if that energy you have will drain. And the way that I look at it, the approach of the Eagles have been so key because they've been mellow about it. They've recovered, and then they have that intensity when needed. In situations like Hassan Ward has proven, with big buckets in the paint and big baskets outside the arc, and even great defensive stops, the Eagles have stayed less fatigued than the Beavers for sure, and now they have a lead of their own. Rosario's third free throw is no good as he just can't get it to go.
Let's see if the Beavers can go ahead with a basket here. We're at 5 minutes, 35 seconds left in the third quarter, and you are watching Focus Springfield. I'm Tony Petaway, and I'm joined by
Ciro Zanetti. And now it's Villa to De Jesus. De Jesus gets the three to take the lead, airballs it, can't get it to go.
He didn't get his legs in on that one.
I think De Jesus is doing a great job with not letting the crowd get to his head. You could definitely give him credit there. And Ward flips it over to Morse, to Martin. Martin back to Martinez. Rosario in the corner for three. No good. Morse big rebound, and it's off the back of Cecil Villa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That was off the back of Cecil Villa. 100%. So it's Putnam ball on a controversial call, and they have to absolutely take over on that. That was 100% off the back of Villa. I can't believe that. That's a call that you just can't afford to make, especially in a tight game like this. And now, there it is. I guess Rasheed Wallace needs to be here to say ball don't lie. And there's the three from Rosario.
Wow.
And that drains it to increase the lead. 32-27 now. And momentum is in harm's way. Eagles are playing great.
Now, if you're Putnam, you settle down and play your offense. Great heady play as he drew the big man in the foul on that. You cannot afford to give Ward with his second foul.
So as you mentioned, he did a great job as just, relieving pressure inside in the paint and drawing that foul. I think he did exactly what he needed to do to get the job done right there, but of course misses the first free throw, and now looking to make the second one. Here it is, and he gets it to go. 28-32 now, your updated score, and the Eagles look to continue to lead. It's Martinez. Martinez having a quiet game tonight. To Ward. Screen used to Martin, and a travel call. 2 costly turnovers in a row for the Eagles. it's Martin. Martin's speed picks up. Drive, but Ward rejects. Stays on for the defense. Martinez on the defense now. Offensive end to the other side. Layup in for two off the glass, and that is a beautiful coast-to-coast preview as he does an excellent job on playing some incredible defense on the stop and scoring big time on the offensive end.
And he took it right to the heart of the defense, a direct line to the hoop.
Jesus' shot is no good. As the spacing on that wasn't too appropriate, you could say, for a shot taken. He wasn't in the best position to take that shot, and he definitely has to do a better job at kind of starting the presence with finding the open man.
For those you just joining us, 34-28 is your score.
And now coming in for the Eagles, the freshman will be none other than Devin Reynolds, who has just now been in. Devon Reynolds he's had a great first game. A couple weeks ago I saw him play, and now it's Hassan Ward. Foul is called and he'll be on the floor, but as I was saying, the freshman who has been doing recently a great job at just facilitating and orchestrating as a whole for his team and doing a great job at that. Now they'll inbound it. Now Morse misses the shot on that one. A tough opportunity. Onto the other end, it's Hitmaya. Gives it a turn again, and they're gonna call it travel. A couple steps ahead of himself. And on that one, you can't afford it. 3:06 to go in the third quarter, 34-28. And the Eagles have definitely really brought together what they needed. I can't argue that.
The man-to-man pressure is applied.
And Ward bodies his way through floater. Martin rebound no good. Now it's the other Martin, Taylor Martin, onto the other end, brings it above, and a beautiful move. That is just a strong and you could say pretty basket right there as he's able to execute that above head drive. And they're gonna call it travel, and there's the Beavers. As you can say, they're once again back in it. They have the ability to make this possibly a one-point game at least. If they can hit a three.
Great deal of substitutions being made by both teams. Will the conditioning be an issue coming down to this last couple of seconds left here with just a little more than 2 minutes in this third quarter of action?
And great point you make. I mean, we can't mention how much, this isn't like there's no fatigue. It's not a video game. Players get tired, and it becomes a huge situation. And right there, a big time rejection onto the other end. It's Martinez. They call a shove on Keith Key. I love how they're paying attention to that. That call was out of nowhere.
Yeah, Key called for the physicality on that one. He's drawing a really tough assignment with Martin.
And now Taylor Martin, guarded by Keith Key, the junior. Stepping
very
up on him,
reputable
following
defense.
him. The late defense is there, but it doesn't matter because Martin does his thing and he trains it. And I would like to mention Keith Key's defense. I've compared him to a player like Marcus Smart, who just has that intensity needed and that courage that he has. And now here he is, guarded big time by Martin. Finds it to Martinez. Martinez spin, draws the foul.
We have a 1 point differential. What a game, ladies and gentlemen. You couldn't ask for a better game this evening.
Now it's Feliciano to Martin, and great defense there to take the lead, stripped, And there's Keith Key looking to get it, and it goes out of bounds on the Eagles. And DeJesus pushes Key right there, as that is just unnecessary. I mean,
It's a mental game.
Absolutely, but that's in situations a technical foul. When you're
the
getting
ref has
held
got
up.
to step in and mediate on that
Absolutely.
one.
It's just a game of basketball. You can't push. This isn't like a bar fight. You can't scrap like that. And now the Eagles get the ball. It's Ward. Martin. And it's Feliciano for three. No good. Martin rebound. And they call a foul. They're handing out fouls like free money on tax return. 34-33. The Eagles have a 1-point lead in what is some great basketball. 1:07 to go. Now we ask, how is Putnam, if they're gonna get their lead back? How is it gonna be? Is it gonna be on this drive? Martin, shot is good, and he takes the lead on a beautiful shot.
So second lead change of the game. Just a little under a minute in this third quarter of action.
And Martinez with it. Calls for somewhat of an isolation, hands it off actually to Feliciano. Feliciano with a drive, stumbles off, and he goes out of bounds. And now, a game like this that has had some huge calls, some huge plays. This is just so intense, and it comes down to the last minute. Keith Key with some beautiful defense right there. And right on that play, you got to give credit to the freshman, Joe Griffin, who recovers the ball and brings it up and puts Central in a position where they get the ball in a key opportunity. Unsure what has happened, but I believe that they are upset on the no shooting foul call. And right there, they get the shooting foul call and one, as I like to say. 26.3, less than a shot clock to go. And Ward brings the lead again. He gets it to go again. 36-35, Ward looking to take the lead and bring it up even more. And he converts it. And what does he make? The free throw. 37-35, and the Beavers have ball with less than a shot clock to go. If I'm the Beavers, I just want to score. I don't care if it's the last shot. I want to get on the board. I'd rather score right now than give the Eagles an opportunity. Because if I can score and tie it up, do it. Martin's contested mid-ranger is no good. And Keith Key, that was Joseph Griffin right there on the big shot. And Feliciano's buzzer beater attempt was no good. So that will end the third quarter. The most intense basketball game I've watched so far. And that quarter was as well intense itself, as we saw 2 lead changes, 3 lead changes, and this has just been incredible. You're watching Focus Springfield here at the Curry X Cage. Shout out to our producer Brendan Holland and our camera operator and editor Bobby Markham. I'm Cyril Zanetti alongside with my color commentator
Tony Pettaway.
And once again, you're watching Focus Springfield at the boys D1 Western Mass Finals. The Putnam Beavers going against the Eagles. And Tony, let's hear that input on how the Eagles translated what they needed to do to take a huge lead.
Obviously, Coach Stinson and company sat the young men down and shared with them the philosophy that they've carried all season long. Let's play our game. Work the offense. We know our strengths. We know our areas in need of improvement. Let's play to our strengths. Our physicality, our height is what's going to carry us away, and everyone's going to have to dig in and play their complementary roles. But the offense is going to go through the big man. He has shown up. The defensive Key and others have made the difference in keeping them in this game. On the other side, Putnam, it's a one-man or two-man show, as we expected.
No, one thing, though, that the fatigue will be catching up to the Putnam starters. You know who isn't tired right now? Ward. Sat out the last couple minutes, and that's going to be big for them. The
Big
shot right there
basket.
is good for the Beavers. And, I mean, that's just a shot they want to hit, and he gets it to go for sure. And that was City Carmen, who really did a great job executing that play. Ward gives it a Key to Martinez. Martinez can be a little tired now. Drives, gets rejected, goes out of bounds, and it'll be the Eagles' ball. 37-37 tie game. 7:19 to go in the final minutes of the game, and this is where it matters the most. Taylor Martin doesn't want this to be his last high school basketball game played, and the three from Rosario was no good, but Key's rebound, attempt, no good, rejected, good defense, but neither of these players. However, there are more seniors on the Beavers than there are on the Eagles. And now the big time drive, no good, Rosario rebound, finds Martinez.
I love that every shot is contested in this one because it's going to be the difference of who the champion will be crowned at the end of this game and who will receive the runner-up honors.
Rosario's three was no good, and the problem with that was after that shot was taken, it seemed like the offense was going to the other side, like it was 100% going in, and you just got to worry about that and the lack of hustle on that play because you need that rebound. No matter what, you see players back in the day, and even in today's game, where right after their shot, they go for that rebound. And DeJesus's mid-ranger is no good. And he gives it a Key onto the other end. Euro step, no good. Amat rebound, rejected, and they call the foul.
That's exactly what you want to do in the paint. Go back up and try to draw that contact, and he was very fortunate in that way, and he was rewarded justly. Let's see if he can cash in.
And you know, that's one thing about the NBA that we can always talk about is how the big men in the past, especially stand out to me, Akeem the Dream, he was able to not only bring contact in the paint, but go to the line and hit his shots. He was a great free throw shooter for his size, and he also, for the amount of times he went up there, for sure. So Mott gets his first one to go, and attempt number 2 at the line is up, no good. And Key gets the rebound, gives it to Amat. Amat to Ward. Great play, great
There's some
vision.
beautiful basketball being played here this evening.
Great
the
finish.
Fundamentals, the passing, the no-look passes, putting it up in the area where the defender can't, get at it. Only your eye, who's an intended passer. Great
5:50 to
basketball.
go.
Great basketball, Cyril.
I can't agree with you. I can't disagree with you. This is just some incredible basketball being played by Denton's Eagles. And just the way that they're getting this off is amazing to me.
Someone wants to share with them they're the underdog. Well, that's what you want. You want every pass contested.
And Martin's three is
Martin.
good. And, I give him credit for he stuck with it. And that's some great basketball.
He's the truth. He's a real talent. I've been impressed with the play I've seen with him at the Hoop Hall Classic and now here in person, being able to really get a bird's eye view from these really nice seats that we have here, and just how he's very patient and poised, very experienced at this game. And I would love to continue to watch his career, I'm sure, as he will matriculate to the next level. I tell you, we have something very special here on tap. Your score 40-40, who would have thought it?
Well, Tony, just obviously a lot of heat going down over there. And
it's a lot of emotion.
A lot of emotion.
Yeah, that kind of took the wind out of the air there for a second, huh?
I know. I was so engaged in seeing that. Just a lot of arguments going on between the fans and the.
Well, it's passion.
Staff.
It's passion.
It's passion.
It's passion.
But what's the point where it goes a little overboard?
Yeah, well, no passion without
these are just kids.
Explosion.
Absolutely. So 40-40 now, as Martin's deep three not only ties it up, but it puts the pressure on the Eagles to keep this lead. 5:34 to go in the game. Tony, we've seen a lot of lead changes in the past 10 minutes, you could say. And we've seen the best basketball from each of these teams in the past 10 minutes. And we've seen really who these organizations are, and I just think that they've been doing a great job doing that. And Martin's defense was key there. To Key shot no good. Martin now into the other end. This isn't what they want. Loses ball though. Takes a three. Nobody around him. Not able to connect. Key with a great rebound.
Key is playing an amazing game, I tell you, on both ends of the court.
And right there, he's called with the travel.
There was a little contact on the arm there.
I would definitely say that. I mean, right when he went to bring it up, he definitely was hit. So you got to mention that wasn't his fault 100%.
4 minutes and some change separates the champion in this championship game here. Who's it going to be is the million-dollar question.
It's a big question, man. You got to know. And in the paint, Ward says, get it out of here. And it's the other way. And it looks like they flipped the script.
With 13 seconds left on the shot clock. As Putnam settles in on their offense, let's see what they have.
Villa inbounding it. It's been quiet today. Dishes it out. Mid-range no good. His rebound is there, and he gets it to go, and he takes the lead for the Beavers. Right there was Harmon, who did a great job at, what I love to see is following that miss, going up, and that putback is there. Well, not exactly a putback in that situation, but you get what I mean. He was able to be there right after he misses and take that second opportunity. Martinez, pump fake, looking for Ward, but it was a little uncoordinated, and now this is where you don't want to fall apart. You can't lose that. And if there's any time you don't want to fall apart, it's in this area. It's in this situation.
Well, your team foul situation, 7-5. 4 minutes left, 40-42 is your score. Hey, don't go get a snack. You don't want to miss this one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, just stay in your seats and wait for later. Gotta go to the bathroom, it can wait. And here's Martin. Martin being guarded by Morris. Martin, beautiful vision. And there he is again. The Beavers have really been playing well. And none other than Sadiq Harmon gets it to go. The junior does a great job at finishing and putting up a 4-point lead for the Beavers. Davis shot, no good, way off the mark. Now, one thing I will mention, this is a young team in the Eagles, a team full of juniors. This is a team that I can almost guarantee you'll see back next year.
Out of bounds. Murphy right on top of that one. Turnover. 44-40. Central will give it a try. 3 minutes. So what do you do if you're Central at this point, Sarah?
Well, we need to bring that momentum back. And there's Rosario in the corner for three. You got to hit those shots. Taking a shot like that and risking it all and not making it. You can't risk it. You can't risk it. Because every time they miss in the past 2 drives, Beavers have been there. And I must say the Eagles have not been showing up these last couple of drives.
And I must say, Coach Shepard has made his guys settle in and play their offense.
And now this is where you don't want the anger to catch up with the Jesus.
His teammate is telling him to settle down, man. This is our game to win, not give away.
Absolutely, Tony. And just a great call out on that because it's really just what happened. Morris finds Martinez. Martinez fakes. Uses the pick to Morris. Morris, beautiful fake, but he couldn't finish. Ward with the rebound. Again. And now it's the Beavers' ball. He just couldn't finish. And Key keeping it up. And tee him up. That could be a tech. Gets in the face. And I must say, that defense on Keith Key, that's incredible. That's the emotion I want to see. Doesn't get the foul, and that's just a great job. 2:20 to go in an intense game. And now Martin, he gets him. Holds on to it, gets him swiping. Beautiful pass in the paint, and he gets it to go. And that is some beautiful offense right there.
Roll them
and
to
Taylor
sleep.
Martin is a basketball superstar. He loves it.
He put the team on his back on that one.
He loves it. He's playing with the bench. He's playing with the crowd. And you know what? With 2:04 to go, he's doing a great job at making them angry.
That was huge. That was huge.
He's not only doing his job correctly, but he's helping that team more than ever. Finding that wide open play, wide open in the paint. Instead of taking up for the drive, you know what he does? He passes it off and takes that easy 2 points. And a 6-point deficit for the Eagles is very hard to come back to when a team like the Beavers are on a roll. Now, I must say, there's been a lot of controversial situations that have taken place in the last 2 minutes, whether it be the shove, and right there, the stare down, and now the crowd getting involved. And you just can't deal with that because that puts them, the Eagles, in the state of mind where they have to worry about their fans, their students, their teammates, you know, everyone around them, their friends. And now same with the Beavers, they have to worry about that. That's a distraction you don't want, especially in this game. And you don't want your last game to be played like this. The last minute's blue because of the distraction. And they're gonna let it roll.
2 minutes.
Or to Morse. Morse to Martinez. Martinez loses it. Beavers have possession, and it's Beavers' ball.
Timeout is called. Well, both coaches are calling out their final instructions, it appears, for this one. 46-40 is your score. Would need a couple stops if you're Central, and some easy baskets, and try to cut into this lead and hopefully get some stops on the defensive side of the house. If you're Putnam, you hold on to the ball, you try to draw a foul and try to run that clock out and run out of here with the trophy.
Yeah, this is what you want to do. I mean, keep that lead.
Just as well, a really good game here had by both teams. The faithful are here. They were treated to a really good one on this evening.
When you look at it, it is a full trap. Full court trap, and Martinez is on him. He's not gonna foul. And he falls into Jesus. And there's a foul call. Well, it's getting closer and closer, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute and 38. And the Beavers have a shot at increasing that lead. It could be coming to a close very soon. Beavers inbounded to the Jesus, guarded by Martinez. If I'm him, I hold the ball, and he falls. Called on the foul. I just heard rug burn. I didn't hear a foul. I didn't see no slap. I saw a clean strip.
Yeah, the refs have got to definitely reel this one in. There's a lot at stake.
You can't call a play like that in a situation like this. That's an awful call.
Good basket.
And now DeJesus' second shot. He gets it to go.
Perfect from the charity stripe. That should be enough there, Hero.
And now this is where the Eagles have to score. Martinez to Rosario, back to Martinez. Martinez drive, switches it up, and he gets it to go.
By Martinez.
And now it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to be Eagles ball now.
It's Eagles ball underneath. Martinez with a very heady play there.
Yeah, great play. And Ward, he gets it to go. And he goes out of bounds. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up.
48-44 is your score. 1 minute and 6/10 of a second remains.
Exciting.
What a game. I'm Tony Pettaway, and I'm joined by my man here.
Ciro Zanetti, and this is an amazing play. This is an amazing playoff game that is quite literally coming down to the wire. A game can't get more exciting than this. Who would think that two almost outrageous turnovers in a row would happen?
The coaches bringing them in to collect their thoughts,
telling them,
give
hey,
them some further instruction.
Let's not blow this. Minute and 6 to go. Let's do what we have to do to win.
The 30-second clock's a big factor in both of these situations here. Offensively, defensively. And the team foul situation is even at 7 each. So a foul each, bonus on each. Great game, great game. So let's see what happens here.
Now Martinez inbounding it. We'll be calling a break play and seeing who he can find open. Looking for the oop. Couldn't find it, and it goes out of bounds, and that's Eagles ball.
1/10 of a second moves off the clock. Score remains the same, 48-44.
Intensity. Martinez looking for the man. Gives it a key. Back to Martinez. Martinez in the corner for 3. No good. Ward rebound.
He's fouled. He's fouled.
They call a foul on the floor.
We're even at 1-0-0, 1 minute 60 seconds left in this one. Ciro, what do you think, man?
He's at the free throw, getting the opportunity to make 3 shots to tighten this game up even more, and he needs to make these. First attempt, he gets it.
He makes
so he
the
goes
qualifier.
1-on-1 now, and he gets that next shot.
This is amazing. Great basketball at its absolute best.
Hassan Ward looking to make it a 2-point deficit. He
And
gets it to go. 2-point deficit.
Wow.
And now it's Jesus. Jesus now probably looking to draw a foul. That's the smartest. He pushes Martinez off of him. Calls for a setup. And they call the illegal screen, I believe. Wow, they call the blocking foul. So it sends him to the line, and this puts the Eagles in a tough situation. Jesus has to hit this 1-and-1 opportunity if he makes it.
Big free throws here.
This is huge. Will DeJesus make this? The crowd erupting. Against all odds, he gets it to go. And he looks at the crowd, and I think that's just the wrong thing to do. Don't let them get in your head. And now DeJesus. On for number 2. And the lead is back to where it was. He doesn't have time to hold it. He has to hurry it up. It's Morse to Rosario. Rosario to Martinez. They need to get a shot up. They need to get a shot up. Rosario puts it up.
Wow!
Oh my goodness! Rosario, it's the biggest shot of his career, you could say.
Wow! What a game, ladies and gentlemen.
18 seconds, 15.
Goodness.
And they're going to intentionally foul, putting him at the line. And oh man.
There was a miscue on that one.
DeJesus at the line. And they 1 point lead. DeJesus at the free throw line. The Eagles need him to miss this. And the crowd is on their feet, standing.
And there's not a person sitting down
And
on
he
this
makes
one.
it. And there he is staring into the crowd. They call a timeout. And they're up 2.
And Shepard calls a timeout, and they'll come back with 1 shot remaining from the free throw line for Jesus. Your score 51-49. What a game, ladies and gentlemen.
This is incredible, and of course, I think that the Eagles may have messed up on that late of a foul. And DeJesus has been doing a great job to get those foul shots down for the Beavers for sure. 51-49, 11.6 to go. And this is what it all comes down to. He makes this, the Eagles have an opportunity. He misses. They also have an opportunity, but it's just going to be on like a more pressured standpoint.
Absolutely.
But they need to hit a 3 if he makes this.
Will they extend to an overtime period, or will the game end with the victor being Putnam? Stay tuned. At the line, 1 shot, Jesus. What's it going to be, ladies and gentlemen?
Now DeJesus' second free throw. And he misses. They don't have the timeout. Oh, they call it. He calls it. 7.7. He gets it across the court. They're going to be in a key inbounding. And great job to get it across, call that timeout, and let us hang it on our feet. 49-51, a 2-point lead by the Beavers.
Wow. So they have an opportunity to tie it or go ahead. Great position to be in. So both teams will talk this one over. If you're the Putnam Beavers, what's your defensive strategy, Sarah?
You just got to man-to-man it. You can't leave anybody open in this situation. If you're in a situation where you have somebody open to win the game, you're going to look back at that on film and you're going to hate that. You let them open, so you need to be man-to-man, play tight defense, and not let anything open.
I think on the central side of the house, Rosario takes the shot, puts the season on his back, went do or die. Let's see how it unravels. Let's see how it happens.
And they look for Rosario. Instead, they sign Ward. Rosario in the corner for 3. No good. And that's game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Putnam Beavers are your Western Mass Division I champions.
He had a shot at it. We called it perfectly. We drew the play up.
He had a shot, and what an incredible outcome for an incredible team at the incredible state of Springfield, Massachusetts, doing big things, and the Beavers win it this time. This was an incredible game to call, Tony. Thank you for being on my side as my color. I'm Cyril Zanetti alongside
Tony Petaway.
And you're watching Focus Springfield.